guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome, cross watchers. If you're new to the channel, happy to have you join us as well. So we are moving into Virgo season on the 22nd, closely followed by the new moon in Virgo, which will be on the 22nd on the west coast of the US, but the 23rd, like 2 o'clock in the morning or something on the east coast on the 23rd. So check your local listings, as I like to say. It's a powerful new moon because it's occurring at 0 degrees of Virgo. And so it's like the freshest of all possible fresh starts. And so if you are at all inclined to do new moon intentions, to set new moon wishes, this is a big one. So I will be doing a reading for that, but that is for members only. So if you have the all access pass or the Aquarius or any of this individual zodiac memberships, you will have that reading in the full moon. I'm sorry, the new moon. I'm saying full moon. The new moon collection over in your account on Moments. So that will be there tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just like letting you know. And I'm pulling from Starry Beginnings Oracle. Let's see what message comes through for you today. Card 27. Be clear on what you want. There you go. Put action to your goals. Make them a reality. Be clear on what you want. And then put action to it. So perfect for new moon eve, as it were. When you set intentions, you're sort of putting it out there to the universe of what you want, and also setting those intentions for what actions you will undertake to manifest those intentions, to manifest what it is you desire. So that's a perfect card for you. All right, what we're going to do is I'm pulling a different spread than I've ever done before. So follow along. I'll be sure you understand what we're doing. And then there will be an extended if you're interested in diving a little bit deeper, okay? So here we go for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's get your person's energy toward you. 10 of Cups, beautiful. Queen of Swords. And the 8 of Cups. So I'm feeling this person is seeing this connection as one that brings a lot of happiness and joy. 10 of Cups, that happily ever after. But there's something here that feels a little bit more severe. In that Queen of Swords, that could be the energy that comes through that says, you know, let's get to the truth of the matter. What are we really dealing with here? Queen of Swords can be very level-headed and very pragmatic and not real emotional. So I'm getting a flavor from this person that the 8 of Cups might be, I don't know if this is going to work out, right? I don't know where I stand. So this person's energy toward you is not negative, but it feels almost as if on some level they're not sure where they stand and how the love is being received, or if it's being received. Now remember, these can come through reversed, so if you're here as a cross watcher, I can be talking directly to you and not necessarily to Aquarius. Got it? So what is behind the scenes here that you aren't aware of, but that could be helpful for you? Maybe something you need to know that explains this. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Whoever this is sees the potential here for a happy new beginning, right? We have the 10 of Cups in how they're energies coming through around you, but we also have the Ace of Pentacles behind the scenes. That's a new beginning of something that could be very emotionally fulfilling, bring a lot of joy and happiness. But this person with the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, there's something here that suggests that they're not confident, that they may have low self-esteem or not feel that they're worthy, or on some level that they're being shut out. And so there's some guardedness there. We also have the Hermit. So this may be somebody who tends to kind of pull into themselves, be a little reclusive or unapproachable. It can also be that they're picking up that energy from you. So if you are someone who has kind of pulled your energy back, and you've been maybe unapproachable or unavailable or kind of off the grid, then that would be your energy coming through, and their response to you is that it's kind of causing them some, instability, some sense of maybe this won't work, which is why we have the Eight of Cups here. So then where's your energy in all of this? There's the Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So I feel your energy is far more it's almost as if you're ahead of this person in terms of your construct of where this relationship could head, meaning Queen of Pentacles and the Hierophant, something more committed, something where we've got, some responsibility to one another. Queen of Pentacles, very grounded, very much a feminine archetype of a life partner. So she's taking things seriously. I'm saying she because it's a queen. It doesn't have to be a female. But the energy here is serious, and the thoughts and feelings and the belief systems are all about something very committed, like a normal, conventional, committed relationship that moves towards something long-term. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is that energy of, but I'm push and pause here because, again, not really sure what I'm dealing with. So the Hanged Man gives us an opportunity to wait for some enlightenment, to take the 30,000 foot view, really take a broad look at the situation and make sure that it's in alignment. And I am getting a strong feeling that this person is looking at a potential new beginning with you, and yet they're feeling maybe this could be your energy, even with the Queen of Swords. I kind of thought it at first, that they may be, that you're looking at it, more severely. You're taking things far, very seriously, and almost Queen of Swords is Libra's energy, and Libra can be all about balance and harmony, but can also be about, think of the Justice card, right? Somebody making a judgment about you, or about whether or not you're measuring up. And so I'm feeling like you're both kind of on the same page, but there's some built-in insecurity coming from this person. And it could be coming from their sense of how you are looking at them. So let's see what the potential outcome is. There's the Emperor and the Strength card, and I'll pull another one, Seven of Cups. Okay, well, there's a lot of ways this person can play this. I feel whoever is the Divine Masculine is the one that's going to have to get their game face on and sort of overcome their fears, overcome their insecurities, overcome any obstacles. So I've got a Divine Masculine that is gathering up their strength, courage, and confidence to overcome any obstacles that get in the way. And there are any number of ways they can approach it. So sometimes with the Seven of Cups, it's about feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Sometimes it's about processing lots of options on an emotional level. And sometimes it's about, conjuring our imagination of what could possibly be. So I'm feeling like the outcome is this person overcoming any confusion, any emotional overwhelm, even making sure that there are no mixed messages, so that they're very clear about what it is that they want and what it is they're offering. And then the advice for you, let me just do a little shuffle. The advice, we have the Seven of Pentacles. It could take time. Four of Cups and Devil energy. So Four of Cups can be about a missed opportunity. So while you may be disenchanted because things take time, and then we get in our heads about it, and sometimes when we're in our head, we go towards something a little bit more restrictive. We get more rigid. We want things a certain way. You know, the my way or the highway can even be part of the energy of the devil, which is very limiting. It's Saturn's energy because it rules Capricorn, and this is associated with Capricorn. So I'm not seeing the devil in like a nefarious sense. I'm seeing it as shadow artifact, as that side of you that kind of has your expectations set and there's no wiggle room. And as a result, there can be disappointment with the Four of Cups, disillusionment, especially if things are taking a bit longer and you're running out of patience. So almost as if the advice is, this could take some time. So beware that you don't fall prey to, you know, self-limiting beliefs or being too rigid and then disappointed that you miss an opportunity here. And this goes, you know, for both of you. So that's the lay of the land. What I'm going to do is jump in and do a little clarifying in the extended. What I will be looking at is this person from their higher and lower vibration, something to kind of help you navigate that aspect of, like, when you're dealing with someone that you're not really sure, maybe you're picking up on them during one of their lower vibrational moments, and what would that look like? How do you recognize it so that you can work with it? What's their hidden energy? Something they don't really want you to know at this moment, but could be helpful. The message that this person has for you. What do they want you to know? What are they trying to say? Their thoughts and feelings about you and their intentions. So the links for that are below. As I've said, there are 3 ways to get extendeds from me. 2 of them are monthly memberships that renew. So when you click on it, just be sure you know what you're grabbing, okay? And if you're enjoying my work, please, and you haven't done so, do subscribe below. That's the way I get to stay on this platform and continue to bring you messages. So I appreciate it greatly. So I want to look at this Queen of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Right, Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups. Whoever this person is, they're really going on a construct of whether it's meant to be and sort of operating from their intuition, maybe not really communicating it very well. King of Cups from the bottom of the deck. That means that inside this person loves deeply, but doesn't always have the best way to communicate that. It's associated with the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, you know, still waters run deep, and oftentimes that energy, it's hard to even find the words to express the depth of the feeling. And so there's a sense that you can pick up from somebody that you feel like there's a little vacancy. Sometimes we feel that way when somebody isn't able to put into words how they feel. We go to that place where we say, well, maybe they don't feel anything at all. They just seem vacant of feeling. That's not the case here. The case is that there may not be spoken words about the feelings, and there may be this person, I'm sorry that the light is hitting this Queen of Swords in a weird way, that this person is operating on their intuition as to whether or not the two of you can have your happily ever after. And because they're picking your energy up as being a bit more cool and matter of fact, it's like they're wondering, well, maybe it's not meant to be, or the timing isn't right. Sometimes people just feel like, well, I'm wondering, but I'm going off cues, verbal cues, nonverbal cues, how somebody responds to me. And that Eight of Cups is right there, as if this person is, well, if it's not the right time or if it's not meant to be, they're just going to move on their way. So let's see now in the hidden energy, we have the Five of Pentacles and I'm going to do the 5 and the 4. Eight of Cups. Yeah. 4 of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. So this person is absolutely in the mindset of beginning something here that's very reciprocal, with lots of give and take and generosity, beginnings of life partnership, or the beginning of something really beautiful that could go, that 10 of Cups, right? That 4 of Wands, 10 of Cups. They're feeling, it's almost like what I'm seeing is this is someone who is contemplating the future of this connection. And yet they've got some definite insecurities here that create some guardedness. And they're not, the feelings are there and the feelings are deep, but that Queen of Swords is what keeps coming to me, as maybe they think you see through them somehow, that you judge them somehow, that on some level they're not getting the warmth that would be a sign that things are going in the right direction, and that this is the right time. And so this person may kind of back off and pull away. That would explain the Hermit. Give me a card on the Hermit, please. The World card, endings and new beginnings. Well, if someone wants a new cycle, we only get there by closing out the cycle before, especially if it's challenging. So this person is on a journey of personal growth. Hermit and the World sort of suggests that they're coming full circle, that they're coming through something. They've maybe spent some time to themselves, really focusing on their own behaviors, you know, what makes them tick, what makes them behave the way they do, which is good. And the World card is almost where they're ready to say, okay, I want to close that chapter. I've learned what I came to learn, and I'm ready for something new, which feels very connected to this Ace of Pentacles. This person, even though you may not be connecting in 3D very well at this moment, they're really thinking of a new beginning with you. And at the same time, they may also be getting a sense that you're not as interested in that, or that you're kind of coming through more skeptical. And this person then is looking at your energy. We've got the Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles. 7 of Swords, Ace of Cups, the Sun. So almost as if your energy is coming in, calling them out for running from the happiness, running from the love, and running from commitment, right? Because I'm feeling like you're saying here, your energy coming in saying, I'm ready to honor my commitment to you. I'm ready to be in a relationship with you with, you know, no hesitation, something that's more long-term or more stable, moving towards something long-term. And yet here we have all this love and the potential for a lot of happiness. And we've got this energy of someone who doesn't want to hang around, who's maybe avoidant or has an escapist kind of an outlook. And that's kind of what I'm picking up from this person, is that they see what's available to the two of you. They're in the same headspace, generally speaking, but they've like got one foot out the door. And that one foot out the door is more coming from insecurity than a lack of love. And so you've got this all now on hold here with the Hanged Man. Let me pull a card for that. 9 of Cups. Maybe you're kind of saying, well, you know, things feel good as they are, perhaps, or sometimes with the Hangman and the Nine of Cups, it's more, is this as good as it gets? And so we kind of just pause everything with the Hangman, and we're evaluating it, and we're trying to, you know, clear the field and look at it with fresh eyes. And the Nine of Cups can be a little bit of complacency. It can say things feel good, but, you know, we're not really in Ten of Cups land. We're just kind of in, well, everything, I'm content with the way things are. And I have a feeling that this person is sizing it up, that maybe there is something more that you want, and they haven't really expressed that they're in alignment with that. But at the same time, they're feeling a bit, either judged is the word I keep coming up with. It's not exactly that. It's the skepticism. It's almost as if your energy would be, well, I'll believe it when I see it. And this person isn't likely to show their full hand. They're not as emotionally revealing as you seem to be. And you're not challenging them. You're just, it's almost as if, I'm here. I know what this is. I know what I bring to the table. I know this is a once in a lifetime love, and we could be very happy. You're the one that runs. And maybe that's why we've got them with the Eight of Cups twice, especially one landing on the Five of Pentacles, which is where they're feeling kind of like they don't measure up. And so instead of continuing to move toward this energy, they just sort of take an off-ramp. So let's see, in the outcome position, we have the Emperor and the Strength card. Magician, Empress, Page of Cups. Wow. So I do feel that there's something being manifested here between the Emperor and the Empress. I love that. And there are some sincere feelings here, but it's going to take both of you helping each other overcome the obstacles, whatever they are. And because it's a general reading, it's going to be a little different for everybody. You have to know your own situation and know what the obstacles are for you specifically. But I'm feeling that whatever the communication is, will be coming from the heart, will be meant with all sincerity. And the Strength card, you got to help each other. It's not a one-sided thing in this case. And it can be a little overwhelming and confusing. So let me pull a card for the Seven of Cups. Wow, Knight of Wands. Yeah, so that's kind of good energy here, because it's sort of taking the bull by the horns. There's this optimism that we can kind of, the Knights make offers. So the offer is, well, let's do this. I'm in. Let's do it. We can do it. I understand that we're kind of in a weird headspace. There are some mixed emotions, and maybe things aren't 100% clear, but it's almost the energy is, but we're still going to push forward. And I think that comes from the fact that with the Strength card, you're working in tandem. Even if you're not in the same place, even if you're in some form of separation, energetically, you can be working at this together to overcome whatever obstacles, whatever perceived obstacles, real or imagined is what I mean to say, because you're manifesting something here. And you both seem to want it. You both seem to want it, but there's some skepticism on your part and a tendency of this person to kind of flee the scene if they don't feel valued, or if they feel that they can't measure up in some way. So then the advice becomes the Seven of Pentacles makes sense now, right? These things take time. And so with that Magician, that is intention setting, right? That is manifestation. That is about planting the seeds. How perfect to have the Seven of Pentacles, because That's where you're growing something from. And the Four of Cups, I love in this deck, she's looking down at the Three of Cups with her hand on her hip like, yeah, well, okay, so what am I? Right? There's like this kind of, what's happening here? And yet Spirit is handing this Ace, and she's kind of missing it because her focus is on what her expectations are and how they're not being manifested, because maybe it's taking too long, or maybe someone isn't as comfortable sharing their feelings. Whatever it is, it can be about disappointment or disillusionment, but it can also be, like I said, about a missed opportunity if your patience runs out. So let's see the Seven of Pentacles to the Four of Cups. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Death card, right? So the Two of Swords is that, and both of the twos are about choices and decisions. The Two of Swords is mostly, well, now we're reaching a crossroads here, and an important decision has to be made, and it's almost like, well, are we going to wait it out? I don't know. Things are up and down. Yes, with the Death card, we've got themes around growth and change and transformation. And that's that energy that she's looking down at this cups like, well, what's happening here? What are we becoming? What's happening on an emotional level? And so I'm almost feeling that Death card, even though it's from the bottom of the deck, meaning it's more playing out behind the scenes, is really key, because growth, change, and transformation also takes time. So the decision you have to make is, do you feel you're dealing with something here that there will be a payoff, or are you living in some kind of negative or more rigid, right? More rigid set of expectations for what's evolving? So let's look at the Devil. Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups can be about disappointment, as well as the Four of Cups. But this is different because it's from the past. It's like looking back at the past and saying, well, I don't want to go back there again. So the Five of Cups, regrets of the past, the mistakes of the past, sadness, grief, loss. If you're sort of looking back, the advice is, if you're looking back and you have these sort of rigid expectations and you're looking back at where you've come from, especially with regard to this connection and moments of disappointment, your tendency is to get more rigid. The tendency is to get more narrow. The tendency is to have less allowances. The tendency is to kind of come from something that is less optimistic and more demanding. And that's what I feel the advice is you have a decision to make, because whatever growth, change, and transformation is needed, that's playing out behind the scenes. And it's going to take time. And you're at the crossroads and you have to decide, are you willing to wait? Are you capable of waiting? Do you feel you can give this more time or not? Because it isn't going to happen overnight. And there is something here that is being manifested, but again, you're not the same people. You have different ways of processing your thoughts and feelings and emotions, and some people take a little longer to get there than others. I do feel you're really ready for something a lot more committed, and this person has the feelings of it, but also perhaps is more likely to avoid pressure, expectation, especially if they feel that they don't measure up, or if they're feeling like what's coming at them is judgmental, and has maybe lots of time limits and restraints on it. Where we ultimatums, that's the word I was looking for. So I do feel that there could be some regrets if you're too harsh, if it's too rigid, if the expectations are too entrenched. So that's what I'm seeing here. I feel like this is a make it or break it kind of a situation for you, Aquarius, or whoever you are watching. And it's not like there's no hope at all, but it does seem to me that while we have all this potential for a beautiful, happily ever after new beginning, that's what's showing up here as available to you. It just seems to me that you may kind of both be missing each other energetically. And that's got the whole thing off a little bit. But what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'll give you the astrology that showed up here. I'll jump over to the extended. I'll look at this person from their higher vibration and their lower vibration so that we can see when is the best time to, how can you recognize the best time to really approach this person and really deal with them in a way where they're more optimistic and they're more cooperative. And we'll also see what's going on in the background with them. That you might not know, and maybe it would be really helpful to have their message to you, their feelings, their intentions, so that you can make the best decision for yourself. Okay, so that's what I have. I've got here the Queen of Swords is Libra's energy. I'm going to do the main spread first. The Hermit is Virgo. Hierophant is Taurus. Okay. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Hanged Man is Neptune, which rules Pisces. The Emperor here is Aries. Strength card is Leo. And the Devil is Capricorn. And then in the clarifiers, we have the High Priestess is the Moon, and the Moon rules Cancer. We've got Jupiter here, which is Sagittarian energy, and the King of Cups is Scorpio. We've got the World is Saturn, as I said, Aquarius and Capricorn. The Sun here is Leo's energy. The Magician is Mercury, which is now direct. Rules Virgo and Gemini. The Empress is Venus, Taurus and Libra. Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Knight of Wands is Sagittarian energy. And then we've got the Death card is more Scorpio. Yeah, so again, it's a little bit of a tricky energy between the two of you, but I'm going to jump into the extended, and if this is speaking to you, then that might be helpful. The links are below, and I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.